Hello, everyone. My name is Esme Fuller-Thompson. I'm the director of the Institute for Life Course and Aging at the University of Toronto. Today, we're very fortunate to have Lisa Cranley with us. Lisa is an assistant professor at the Lawrence S. Bloomberg Faculty of Nursing at the University of Toronto. And she's been doing some fascinating research on how to help caregivers and loved ones in long-term care communicate about concerns to long-term care staff. And what she's been working on is called a huddle. So thanks so much, Lisa, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Esme. I appreciate it.
So my first question is, what is a huddle in long-term care and why is it helpful?
So the idea of a huddle is that they are scheduled for 15 minutes, so they're brief meetings, and they're led by the resident and the family member and attended also by around 2 or 3 staff. And the idea around it is that they're really around discussing care planning for collaborative decision making and information sharing. So that's the idea of the structure and purpose of the huddle. Around, as I said, the information sharing and the care planning, and also that it's focused on one topic. So it could be a concern or it could be something positive that the staff want to discuss, but the idea is that it's just one topic they want to discuss per huddle, and to have this information sharing and mutual understanding of what the resident and family are saying, and then how the staff interpret that and have that understanding.
So tell me, what kind of topic might you bring up for a huddle?
Well, it could be anything. It could be about something new. So, for example, it could be bathing routines. It could be a new medication that they want to discuss. It could be, well, particularly in the time of COVID, it could be something around social activities or exercise for the family's relative. And what does that look like now? Are they still engaged in activities? So it could be anything that kind of comes up that they want to discuss, that or any updates that they're looking for.
Right. Now, I know you were telling me that these communication tools that you set up for the huddle have actual questions. What are the questions that you've developed to help with this process?
Yeah, so we have developed 5 questions, and I can review that process with you too if you'd like. But the 5 questions, so what is the situation you wish to discuss that is impacting you or your family member's care? These are the questions that were revised for the family to use. How is the situation affecting you or your family member? Question 3 is, to your knowledge, how has the staff and others at the home responded to you so far? 4 is, what ideas do you have for working together with staff and others at the home about the situation? And 5 is, what other information from staff and others at the home would you like? So they're set up to be discussion prompts where the family and resident could actually write out what they want to talk about beforehand, before the huddle, and write out some answers to those questions and to really structure the communication that they want to share to be more efficient and effective and timely.
So where did this idea of huddles come from?
There's quite a bit of work done in hospitals around huddles. So they use huddles, they call them patient safety huddles. They have falls huddles, so they have certain topic type huddles with the team, but not as much being led by the patient and the family member in the hospitals. So I took that idea of the huddles and I really wanted it to be resident and family led in long-term care and really have them engaged in this shared decision-making model of care.
Right now, we're in the middle of the pandemic, so many of us are worried about our loved one in long-term care. We're not getting to see them or only seeing them rarely. We can't have face-to-face interactions with the staff. Can this be used on the phone or through a Zoom meeting or something like that? And if so, do we have to do any changes? What are your suggestions?
We developed an e-learning module. So we have the tool embedded in this e-learning module where they click this link. They have access to the tool that they can download. They can print it off, they can have it on their phone as a question prompt to call in to talk to the staff. And we had some simulation videos as well about, different scenarios of what it could be used for during COVID, types of questions that family might want to ask, and then some practice scenarios for them to work through. So they work through this whole module, and then at the end they have the tool that they can use as a question prompt to call in to the homes. And so we have that on the Baycrest website, as well as the Family Council of Ontario had sent it out, this link to all families across all homes in Ontario, not just the study sites. So some of the staff might not be familiar with the tool, but the family have it. And so they can call in. Ideally, it would be nice if they could have a teleconference and involve the resident, but if that's not possible, at least the family can still have a voice and feel like they're being involved in their loved one's care that way.
Wonderful. So we can provide below this video the link that you have created to have the modified questions for those of us who'll be coming in who care about it. So this is a wonderful resource. I'm excited about having some tools when I'm going to talk with the staff, because that can be very nerve-wracking for those of us who are caregivers. But what happens if I'm not satisfied with the outcome? I feel that maybe my concern hadn't been addressed. So I've done a huddle, and we didn't come out with what I wanted, the product or the change in behaviors that I was hoping for. What should I do then?
We're hoping that the huddles are designed, even if they're done on the phone, to have this mutual understanding, and the actions and recommendations that are developed during the huddle are mutually agreed upon. So we're hoping for positive outcomes from that. But there may not be if something happens and the staff can't report back, or the information sharing or communication, there may still be breakdowns. So I would say schedule another huddle and pick up where you left off with that outcome and see how we can turn it into a positive outcome. Maybe there's different recommendations or actions that need to take place to have a positive outcome from that huddle. So you can always schedule impromptu huddles in these times during phone calls. You'd still schedule them, but they're meant to be informal meetings. So if you need to have another one, maybe within another day or two or a week away, then that should be scheduled for sure.
It's a wonderful resource to have a list of questions, and as I said, we'll provide those questions for our listeners today. So thank you for coming up with it, and thank you so much for sharing your time today with us.
Great. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.